here we're going to be learning how to perform recon for pen testing. So let's swing into action. All right, so the objective of this short video is to explain the initial steps in gathering information about a target organization for penetration testing. So what exactly we'll be doing. All right, so we're going to create a Python script. I already have that, but I'll show us and share it as well. That will help us automate the reconnaissance. Also, what reconnaissance are we performing? We'll be identifying and extracting emails from company websites and also ensuring that this extraction is secure. Yeah. So that's basically what we're doing. Okay, so getting into action, we'll set up our Python script and we'll start gathering information. And the results would be the emails that are gathered, and the next steps would be to either perform phishing techniques with those emails. Right now in our Python script, I've created a file called email collection. So I'm just going to go through the code now for us. So the first line here is telling us that we're going to import a request. Okay, that basically helps us to make requests to HTTP URLs. All right, so that's very important, and we're taking the exceptions as well, meaning whenever there's an error in the request, we want to be able to display it or inform ourselves. And also we have the queue that will be used to basically keep the data in the form of an array and make it iterable as well. Okay, and then we also have paths coming from the URL library that helps us to get absolute and relative URLs. So the subdomains or the slash, for example, google.com/search. This basically helps us do that. We also have RE. RE is more like that's the regular expression that helps us to write regular expressions, and we're going to be needing that for the emails. We also have beautiful soup that basically helps us to gather, grab information or scrape information from websites. All right, basically that's that. The first line here is talking about collecting inputs from the user. So we'll be displaying hey plus enter tag the URL. We'll take from the user and then convert it to a string and store it in the original URL. We also have another variable that's created here to basically store the original URLs that will be entered, and we called it unscript URLs because they have not been scripted yet. So we'll have two variables created here to store the script URLs and then to store the emails. Sorry. All right. So depth here says 0. So depth is more like a variable name that can be changed to anything. Basically it tells us the amount of URLs we want to, how deep of URL we want to go when we basically target a website. So if we have google.com, for example, and we are scraping the entire web page, when we find another URL on that web page, we want to be able to scrape it as well. So if we have depth as 2, then it means that you're going twice, just 2 URLs. But over here, I've set the depth to 200, so it's going to go 200 times. If it doesn't get up to 200, it's going to still not get any information anymore and then still stop. So we're using the try catch technique here. Basically what this does is try whatever code that we have in here, and then if there's an error, it's basically going to do the except. It's more like try except instead. Sorry. So except here is saying that when you notice any keyboard interruption, just print exiting and then display the email one by one. So this is a for loop that basically displays the emails that we've grabbed. So let's explain what's in the while loop. For the while loop, we're saying that hey, depth is going to be increased by 1 because currently depth is 0. So whilst you're checking the unscript URLs for the first URL, set depth to 1, and then if depth is now 200, that's increased depth by 1 basically. So if depth is now 200, break. All right. So URL is going to be storing the first URL in the unscript URLs. So it's going to pop left. So pop left means pick the first one and store here and let's go. So it's going to store that first one in the script URLs and go ahead to script it. Okay, so what's happening here? Basically what we're saying is, hey, that URL that you've taken, divide them into parts, multiple parts. Okay, and then after dividing into parts, we have the protocol section, and we also have the domain section. All right, that'll be broken down into parts, and then we'll be storing that URL as the base URL. Okay, so it's basically going to be removing any further slash. So if you are finding a slash after the first section, okay, for example, you have https ://google.com/search, remove the slash and the search, just give us https ://google.com. That's basically what's happening here. All right, so if you find the slash, do that division and store it in path. If you don't find it, just store that URL in path and let's go. All right, so we also have this right here that basically shows us what's happening. That's the URL that's been stripped at the moment. And then want to try and accept again. So try and make the request to that URL. Okay, and if you find any error, whether missing schema or missing connection to that URL, do not worry, just continue. That's what this means. So we are saying that whatever email you find, store it in new emails. So we are using the regex to find all emails. So how do we know when we see an email? That's where this regex comes in. So what's saying is, hey, every email would have characters before an @ sign, and then it will have character followed by the @ sign, and then after the dot, there's another set of character, which is basically A to Z. So for the first set of character, let's say Vincent@yahoo.com or @gmail.com. So Vincent can either be A to Z or 0 to 9. They can be a dot, they can be an underscore. @ sign, the same. After the @ sign, the same. And then for the top level domain, .com, .gov, .mil, it should be A to Z, basically. All right. So now update those emails into the email set we have. That's an emails variable, basically. All right. And then moving on, Beautiful Soup basically helps us to grab the data from the website. It's all other information. Now, what other information are we looking for? Any URL that has A in it, that's any anchor tags, look for them. And then if it's an href, means it's a link, right? Now we need it. So what we're doing is we take that link and then append it to unscript URLs. So that means that we now have new links to be added to the unscript URLs. So when done, go ahead to continue the loop. Okay, to continue finding the emails. At the end of the day, when we reach 200 in terms of the URLs that are being scraped, then it should stop and break. And then what happens next? Basically just print out the email. All right, guys. So let's see how that works now. Play. All right, so what URL are we targeting? I have permission to target the URL, so please disclaimer, in case you would like to do a test, please ensure you have the permission from the company. Thank you. All right, so you see scraping all the URLs on that website and even the sub URL. So it's going to keep going till it finds the email for us. This basically shows us the URLs that are being scraped. Okay, so in a case where you don't want to keep seeing this, you don't just want to see the emails when they come, we can just quit that by doing command Control-C. It says it's. So right now we do not want to see all of these logs, so we can just comment this out and put them as save, and then go ahead and start again. All right, so now when I say I want to scrape this URL, Basically starts without showing me all of that information, and whenever there's an email, it's going to pop up. So I'll be right back when we find something. Thank you. So now we have the data gathering completed from all the websites that was accessed by our script. So you can see there we have just one email pop up, meaning this is the only email available, and it's there, it says onboarding. Okay, so this email here, we can perform whatever I want to perform to it. And yeah, that's it. We're good. Thank you guys for watching, and see you some other time. Bye.